Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creative Leigh on Monday, the 17th of July. Happy birthday to my youngest brother Mark. With FLOSSTUBE number 186. I'm here from the spare room, formerly my stepmother's room, Pam's room, in Kawerau, visiting with my dad for the week. I will be working remotely from here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but I've got today and Friday off. Thank goodness I got today off, I'm so tired. Driven quite a lot. Drove up to Auckland on Friday. It was Matariki, which is a public holiday now in New Zealand for Māori New Year, and visited with Zeb, stayed with Zeb and her mum. So Zeb is pretty well known in the New Zealand stitching community and beyond, but she's the moderator, administrator for the New Zealand Cross Stitch Facebook group, which there's like 1,600 members, and she's very active and very engaged, which is really cool. And so Zeb's been one of my hype girls since about 2020. She has certainly supported me a lot and insists that I share my stitching in my YouTube and everything. So I've been meaning to meet, go up and visit with her for a couple of years, and just got hard with COVID and then, parent illness and just whatever. So we finally made it happen. So arrived on Friday night. We spent about 3 hours pretending to stitch. I think Zeb stitched about 6 stitches, and I stitched one hexagon fill-in for my Botanical Blackwork cell. I'll show you the stitching later. It's not that much to show you. It's been a busy week. And then Saturday we had breakfast up the road at a local cafe to her, and Paula, who is the administrator of another Facebook group, which is I'm going to call it a buy, sell and exchange. I don't think it's the name's here, I can't remember what it is, but it's particularly a New Zealand cross stitch, exchange, sell, whatever Facebook group. I can't remember the name, sorry Paula. I'll get it wrong, so I need to put it in. And then Zeb and I went off to Ribbon Rose. So most people in New Zealand will know that that's our probably our biggest craft and hobby store. 3 floors now. They've recently moved into a new location, and they have, it's not just cross stitch, they have a lot of needlework. I didn't look at any of the charts. I didn't take any photos. It was so much to look at, and I just wanted to be there and touch things, and I did. So, a wall of weeks, you've seen a wall of weeks. So a wall of weeks dye works, and a wall of classic colour works, and a wall of gentle arts, and a wall of delicate beads, which I didn't know they stocked. So now I know, which is good because I need some for a project. And Mill Hill and Chronic and charts and kits and etc. So the usual kind of stuff, but also they have wool, yarn and crochet kits and cool kit set things and crafts for kids, like really nice quality crafts. They've got beautiful fabric racks, sewing machines, scrapbooky, arty, paper crafty section, a lot of Tim Holt stuff, and distress inks and all that beautiful stuff. Fountain pens and golden paints, and the fountain pens, I want this one, it's $400. Anyone want to buy it for me? I love it. It's a Faber-Castell pen. Thankfully I like the steel nibs because they're $400, and the gold nibs are $1,000. So I don't like, actually I've never written with a gold nib, but I don't fancy, I would like a soft nib, and they tend to be softer, but also $1,000. A guy let us demo one, and just wrote like butter, absolutely beautiful. I bought a few little things. So at Ribbon Rose, I got a skein of P5200. I got more than that, but barely. I need that because I'm about to run out on the project that I'm on. So, and I've just another pack of ballpoint bead needles. I've only got 2 left, and that's got a few gentle arts. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. A few gentle arts. So, in a week. So the Gentle Arts are for the Blackbird Designs Garden Club series, because I have all the charts and I'm slowly kitting that up, and that's one that I want to stitch probably mostly with the cord for. So I'm just buying a few at a time. So I had a look at so I just went through a couple of the charts and see what they had. They didn't have everything in stock. So the Piney Woods is used without, and I do have a couple of Piney Woods at home, but I got 2 more. And it's certainly their newer label, which is really nice. I do like their newer label. So I've got 2 Piney Woods, and then I got old red paint, old purple paint, and raspberry frost. So, and with each of these, they had a couple of different batches, so I could pick the one I liked. So there was some really quite different options for raspberry paint, raspberry frost. So those are for the Garden Club series, which I will stitch sometime in the future. It's very unlikely to be a 2024 start, but it might be a 2025 project. Yeah, I'm planning 2025. And then because it's in so many charts, but often used for like one eyelet here, a little bit of thing here, I had finally got a skein of schnickly, because I just like saying schnickly. So I do have a colour very similar to this in which is kind of nice that I've been using a similar colour. I think in the Tom and Lily, but I finally have a skein of schnickly, so I could choose to use the cord for. That's it. That's all I got. I'm at this stage in my hobby life where I have to be really mindful of what I buy. So I try and buy things thinking, oh yeah, I will stitch that. I mean, PDFs are a bit different, but fabrics, and like I want to buy fabrics for projects, not just in case, with few exceptions. And same with floss. I want to buy floss for a project, not just in case. So yeah, not the biggest haul, right? But it was so fun going there, and I certainly took a whole lot of, not when I say I didn't take photos before, I didn't take photos for to show generally. Like, again, it's a wall of week style weeks. You know what that looks like. And it's not just a cross-stitching store, it's an everything store. But I did take a few photos of specific things that I'm like, oh, that's right, I do want to get that, but I don't need it yet. So that's my wee haul from Ribbon Rose. Not the most exciting shop of me. And then we got in the car, went over to the North Shore and to Devonport to go to a place I've always wanted to go to, Fitzgerald Taylor. Fitzgerald Taylor is a kind of boutique stationer, and their store's lovely. And they just sell really good stationery brands like Midori, Leuchtturm, Rhodia, Travis Notebook, and Fountain Pen range. They've got Kaweco, they got Lamy, but more than what you get like at Whitcoulls, for people who know Lamy or Warehouse Stationery. They've got Pilot and I can't even think. So many really lovely brands of fountain pens. They have lots of different inks. So I took some, photos, just a couple of photos of inks and the fountain pen displays and beautiful things. Now I've been I subscribe to their newsletter, and I've purchased from them in the past when I want nice I bought my Pilot Metropolitan from them, and I've bought ink from them, and Rhodia notebooks and stuff. So but I haven't bought for a little while because big mortgage, but it's really nice to go, and I'll show you before I open it. So they always package stuff up really nicely. So this is my purchase in store. So when you mail order as well, it also comes beautifully wrapped in a silver metallic envelope with a ribbon. So I'll just show you a couple of things that I got. And again, I got a big wish list. So what I got from them was a small an A5 gridded notepad, loose paper notepad from Midori, and it's really good for fountain pens and stuff. So what's they say? The paper is adapted for high writability. It prevents smearing or bleeding through easily. So it's just a cream, very faint grip. I got a small sample bottle of a Jacques Herbin ink. So it's Encre Rouge, Parfum Rose. It's a scented ink. So I'll give that one a go. And I'm going to smell it. I haven't even smelt it. Oh, smells like roses. Oh my gosh. So they have a whole range of, they've got violet and citron and lavender. But yeah, I just love rose. So got that wee bottle of, so it's fountain pen ink if I didn't say. And they get big bottles as well. But I think this was like $12 for the little bottle. That's quite a lot of ink in there. You could fill your pen a number of times. And just because I love orange and I love Blackwing pencils, and I have several Blackwing pencils. So the Blackwing Palomino, but just an orange one. So just because if you like stationery, you'll know. So I bought that as well because I need another. I have so many pencils, but I sort of collect them, but not really. So that is my tiny purchase from Fitzgerald Taylor, and we're probably there for an hour and a half. Like, I went around that little shop 8 times and this and this so much. It was so beautiful. I love stationery so much, but that's an aesthetic thing, right? Went past a Salvation Army shop and I was attracted to a tea set in the window. Do I need a tea set? No. So we popped in to have a look at it, and I was amazed at like a Salvation Army shop in Devonport. I expected it to be like really expensive. Wellington secondhand shops sell their secondhand wares that have been donated. The opportunity shops, like they were one of a kind vintage Birkins. Like the prices are ridiculous. These were so cheap, so I decided, because these Trio, basically they were selling the cups and saucers separately. They didn't have a full set. So I bought 2 tea set trios because they were just so fun. I'll show you them. So in the window I saw this. I thought, isn't that fabulous? How fabulous is she? And it's not like a fancy brand or anything. It's there's the back of her, back of the cup. It's just a stoneware from made in China, dishwasher safe. Secrets by Carolyn, I think. But it was just so cool. And the little saucer, they're this odd shape, and just the couch, and same on the bread and butter plate. Now they were selling, because they had 6 pairs of cups and saucers, and they were selling them for $1.50 for the 2, and they only had 5. So I guess they split them up because they only had 5 bread and butter plates, but they were selling these for 50 cents. So I thought, well, if they're selling them separately, wouldn't this be lovely? If I have a tea friend over, I can just have fancy tea. So I bought essentially 2 trios for $4. Although the guy charged me $5, and I was like, fine, it's charity or whatever. So I'm so happy with that. It's ridiculous. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yes. So I bought that for like $5, but they were meant to be $4. Yeah, so those are my completely random, mind you, that was completely random as well, purchase and stuff. So let's try not to break them. So yeah, those were my purchases for the weekend. I was very well behaved. Then we had a wee bite to eat before looking at a secondhand bookshop, which was it was so crowded. It was such a busy day. It's a lovely day, and everyone was out and about. And I if it hadn't been so crowded, we would have spent more time in there, but it was so crowded. And then we headed back to her place, Zeb's place, to have a cup of tea and to then pretend to do more stitching. I think I got 2 more hexagons filled in. we looked through more charts and stuff, but yeah, filled in more hexagons, and I had to frog one, and then so I stitched 4 hexagons, but you will only see 3. Her mum cooked us a lovely breakfast. We watched Grosse Pointe Blank. I love that film. I haven't seen it for years. So we watched Grosse Pointe Blank on DVD while we stitched or pretended to stitch and chat. And then, yeah, her mum made a lovely breakfast yesterday morning. She cooked puri and a beautiful chickpea curry, and we had that with eggs, and it was amazing. So then I had told my brother downgrade from lunch to coffee, because I wasn't going to be able to have a lunch after having had this big breakfast. Then I left about midday and went to visit my brother over in Howick, and sister-in-law. I thought it was going to be both my brothers, but I don't know why. It turned out just being Blair. And had a cup of coffee and a biscuit and a bit of a chat, and then I got in the car about 2:30 and to head south to Dad's, which was, I got there just on 6. So probably took me about 8 hours to get up to Auckland on Friday, 3.5 hours to get to Dad's, and then on Sunday next week I will have another 6.5 to get home. I think all up it's about 1,400, just over 1,400 kilometers I've travelled. Anyway, so that's where where I am. Dad's actually over at the neighbours. He's having there's some car racing thing on, so he's gone over the road to watch that with his buddies, and I thought I'll get this video done. I put Dad's laundry out, washing out, helped him shower this morning. For some reason his home care didn't turn up, and we don't know why. Presumably she's called in sick or something, and the office hasn't had a chance to sort out short notice someone to come and look after him. So luckily I was here. So stitching, apart from the little haul that you've seen, I haven't got anything else to show you. I haven't bought any charts, haven't bought anything. I've been really busy at work. Last week was another busy week where I worked long hours and I didn't get terribly much stitching done, but I do have a little bit of stitching to show you. So now, given that this is a cross stitching video, let's talk about a little bit about cross stitch. So what first? So nothing's ironed because I've been away and haven't got Dad's iron out. But first of all, my July focus is Carolyn Manning Designs Gingerbread Village for Jolly July, or midwinter Christmas stitching, or whatever you want to call it. Last time you saw this, I'd finished what I call the road, the square. So this is focus to stitch, get several days in on this each week this month. So Sunday, Monday, Thursday I got some stitching. And unlike me, I'm showing you something with a motif not finished because I didn't pick this up again once I got to Auckland. But I've got the bottom, that row's done. So that row's fully finished, that row's fully finished, and then I'm working up this way here. So the end is finished, and this one still needs back stitching and stuff. So that's where we're at. And it's such fun stitching on it. I intend to do quite a bit more on this. This is what I needed the B5200 for, because I'm nearly out of my first skein. And there is quite a lot of white in it because it's a winter scene. And so this is on, I'm all out of order of my normal process. This is on 28 count Lugana in the colour Forget Me Not from Country Stitch, and using all the Cork 4 DMC. My intention is to get this finished this year, so it's going to get July focused, and then I think based on how much progress I got done, and given this is going to be my main project this week while I'm here at Dad's, and I will be able to stitch several hours each evening, I expect that I will get a good chunk of that done. I think it will be quite easy to finish this. There are a number of French knots on this design, like baubles on trees and lights and along roof lines and things. I am going to do like Anne is doing on hers. I'm going to put beads on there, so I'll leave the beads till the end. I'm not even sure if I have the right beads, but they're easy enough to find by a cheap pack of beads, Lincraft or wherever, just to put some red and green beads on. So that's the majority of my stitching. And then I mentioned earlier that I managed to work on this while I was at Zeb's, the Steady Thread Blackwork Botanical Sale 2023. This is on a piece of 20 count Aida that I dyed myself and using a DMC palette inspired by Stitch Palette's palette Backyard Blossom. They look like this, pretty. For a moment I thought, where's the stitching? I found it. And I got weeks 24, 25 and 26 done, I think. So basically on a diagonal, these three filled in. That one, and that one. And this one I stitched all of the green and then realised I was one stitch up, so it wasn't centred and the flowers wouldn't fit. So I had to pull all that out, which is actually quite hard on 20 count. Blackwork is quite hard to pull out of 20 count Aida. And then I got that restitched in. So yeah, that one got stitched mostly twice. So that's it. That's my entire stitching for Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Very unlike me, but it was, yeah, as I said, it's nice to have a break and catch up with people. Yeah, it's pretty much, that is it. That's all I have to say. I'll stop rustling while I talk. So yeah, thank you for the couple of coffees that I got bought this week. I really appreciate it. And especially like people, when they buy me a coffee through my Buy Me a Coffee link down below, they also say really lovely things. So it's like, I don't know, it warms my heart really, to know, I don't know, that people are, you know, those of you who enjoy my videos, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming along every week or every so often to check in with me. I appreciate that people find time to come watch me because there's a lot out there. So yeah, thank you for the coffee. Dad's doing okay. He's getting a bit of a cold, so I'm a bit worried about that, because, you know, we do have advanced heart disease. I did take a quick insert a little video of a piece of needlepoint that my dad stitched when I was little. So I don't know, maybe I was around 5, 4, 3. So back in the mid-70s. So this is we call it a tapestry, but I guess it's a needlework that my dad stitched when I was little. I meant to film this while he was here, but I can't remember the story. It was something about him being ill, and this helped him during his recovery, I guess, because he couldn't do a lot. I don't remember if it was tonsillitis or some other thing, but I'm not saying he stitched all of it while he was in hospital, but I don't know. I don't remember the story, but anyway, my dad stitched this, and it's always hung on the wall in our house. Gonna move, there's gonna be glare, but I'll move this way. And it's just one of those kits, I guess, you know, Tudor style garden. And we used to love it, like when we were kids, looking at it and doing the flowers and wondering who lived in the house. And I found where he'd missed a stitch. I think if I remember rightly, one of these yellow ones in here. Oh, I can't get close enough. One of the yellow stitches is missing somewhere. I can't remember exactly where it is. I have to have a look closely and find it. And I pointed out to him and he got really annoyed at me. Yeah, one of those people. But yeah, it's kind of, you know, yay Dad for the last of the silent generation, picking up his needle and doing some embroidery. Otherwise I better go hang the second load of laundry on the line, and then I might actually be able to sit down and do a bit of stitching. Since Dad's out, I've got the day off. I'm in Kawerau, which has nothing to do. I might as well just make the most of that, eh? Okay, I'll see you all next week. I'll be driving back to Wellington on Sunday, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'll put a post up, a community post up, when I know what I'm doing. There may not be a video next week, or if there is, it'll be a real short one that I'll do Sunday night or Monday night, just to say, hey, here's my stitching, but I doubt I'll have bought anything, so we'll see what happens. I don't know, maybe we'll do it on Saturday and break the rules. Take care, find joy in your stitching, and as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.